Hello everyone, I go by the name of Roxy Rose, and this here is Roxy Rose Guides debt update for the month of January 2025. It's a new year, y'all. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. So we are back to it, and I'm trying to do a debt update for the new year. I apologize to everyone, y'all, but life has been really lifing. As you can tell, my last two videos that I had, I told you guys about how I got scammed for my business, and it really kind of sent me into a little spiral of just like, I kind of gave up doing a lot of my finances and things like that. But I'm back. I'm trying to make sure that this new year is better. There's a lot of changes and a lot of different things happening. So I'll update you on some of those as I update you on my finances for the month of January 2025. So let's go ahead. What I did is take one of my leftover books from last year and just updated it. So it says 2025. So we are on a brand new year. I started to do the little things inside of my book so that I could go ahead and, just start organizing and things like that. I'll give you a sneak peek of February before we end the video if I remember. But as of now, we are going to go all the way to the end of the book so that we can do our debt update. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and update. The first thing I want to go ahead and update, of course, is the credit cards that I have. And to go ahead and put their interest rate. Last year, I didn't really do that. And I wanted to update it. Well, I did it at the beginning, but then the rates changed. Of course, it's getting up to that 6 month to a year mark where it's a good idea to call the credit card companies and see if they would be willing to work with me because of my, because they know that I've been a trusted and well-paying customer over these years, or I guess consumer. And hopefully they'll be able to go ahead and give me interest rate reduction. So just remember, y'all, you can always call credit card companies and ask them, can you please lower my credit, So let's go ahead and get into the credit cards. I'm going to fast forward and just write them all down really quick. Now that I did that, I want to go ahead and get into the interest rate. So for my Chase card, for my Chase Amazon Prime card that I have, a purchase of 23% and 23.9%. Okay. Then when I go to my, what is this one? I think this is my Unlimited Freedom card. I like the Freedom card. I use that one the most. That will be 23.24%. And then, let me see. The last one, which is the Flex card. I got this card because it gives you a lot of points back, but it has the most interest rate, 27.24%. So I like to call companies to try to reduce these amounts, but I will be honest, I feel like Chase is one of the harder companies to convince or ask them about the interest rate reduction. I mean, you could always ask any company. Asking never hurts anybody, especially when it comes to finances. Sometimes you don't know what's free, what's available, and things that you really don't have to pay extra for or wait a long time for. So it's a good idea to always ask, of course, right? But I find Chase to be the hardest company to go ahead and get a rate reduction. Sometimes they'll give it to me automatically, but because it's variable interest, they can do whatever they want. Okay, so now let's get into Bank of America. So Bank of America is probably one of the lowest that I've seen. I have 14.24% interest rate, which is really, really good to purchase and balance transfer, which is amazing. And then when I get to American Express, it jumps up to 26.99%. But I can always call them. They're a company that I love their customer service. I love the way they work. And I love their products. And the fact that their products help me tremendously. Then we have Citibank. Citibank is one I try to stop using. However, I have actually been using them for the business. So you will see some really, really high balances. And the reason why is because I tried to do balance transfers that included the business. Okay. So then let's get into my store credit cards. Let's see. So for my store cards, I don't have an update on Victoria's Secret right now. So I'm just going to use a pencil and cross that out. I haven't used Victoria's Secret or gone to Victoria's Secret in a very long time. I may in the future, just to make sure. And from Macy's, I haven't gone since April. So my last bill, I'm just using the interest rate for my last bill. I have no actual current interest rate. Their current interest rate is 31.99. I mean, from April of last year. It could have gone up, could have went down. I'm not sure. But I'm just sticking to these interest rates. This lets you know also like how much you're actually spending. So they charge you these percentages. So think about every $100 you spend, this is how much they charge if you don't pay it back before the due date. Or not even before the due date, I think before the statement date ends. It's one of those, but if you don't pay it back at a certain time, you don't pay it back quick. Basically, this is what you're paying to every $100 or $1,000 that you have in there, which kind of makes things difficult because you're going to see in a minute that I have some balances currently right now. I'm going to skip the main payment, the minimum payment, because as of now, a lot of these are changing. Currently right now, I know I have no minimum payments for Victoria's Secret or for Macy's because I don't really pay them. And these change based on my balance. So I may put an amount in there in the future, but as of now, these always change based on the balance. Like, for example, Bank of America is usually not a lot. Amex fluctuates quite frequently, and so do the Chase cards. So depending on how much I pay and how much is left. So I'm just going to leave that as is. And let's go to our balance as of the 1st of February so that we can keep everything how it needs to be. You ready? Let's go. So for Chase, I actually did a balance transfer last year around October, November. And the balance transfer was for 0% up to the end of this year, which really helps significantly. And it was the amount it was used to be able to fund my business. However, I'm still working on making sure to fund this actual business. So I'm still working on it. Let me change the color because I want to make sure I have a bright, nice color for these January. I want to make sure I have a nice bright color for January. So currently right now, well, as of the 1st, I owed the 1st of February, so the end of January, I owed $13,900. Yeah. I had paid down this card and paid down this card, so there was no balance. And paid down the Bank of America card. Now, Citibank, I also did a balance transfer as well in order to get money for funding for this business. And that is about $15,300 left in that balance. I have been paying from the time that I took it off. So, just, you still have to make a monthly payment even though it's 0 interest. But that was what I had so far. So with all of this, it left my current debt for the month of January, $29,200. Okay. So that's how much I owe. I am back in credit card debts. I would say boo, but I'm trying my best to actually, I have the money. I'm using it in order to open and start this business. So I'm hoping that as soon as I get my business started, I can use that money to get started and then be able to pay back this amount and be able to clear out my accounts or transfer what I owe from this personal credit card to my business credit cards. So once I've been able to do that, that would help tremendously. So we have that going for credit cards. Remember our revolving debt, aka credit cards. So now let's go ahead and get into our non-revolving unsecured debt, aka blasted no good student loans. I'm gonna put these student loans in red. Why? Because craziness is happening right now with these student loans. And I think we all know that we're not going to get any extra things with these student loans, but I'm just really sad we couldn't get the forgiveness passed. There's other ways of forgiveness because I'm a teacher and the public service, although I heard it's very hard to just put in all the information to get it. So I want to get all that done before they remove the ability to even have it forgiven. So let's go ahead and put these in. First we have, let's do our first one that I'm really interested in trying to pay off this year. The first one that I'm really interested it's okay, I'll do it in another order. So first we have Mohila. Mohila is the biggest. They have partnered up with the, I think the studentloan.gov in order to do the student loans and organize the student loans. Their interest rate is 6.8 average. It goes up. There's some that's less, there's some that's more. I have not consolidated my loans, so they all have that. My monthly amount was $99 a month. However, there's been, because there's been so many changes with, before Biden left, he was trying to fight to make sure that we got something. And I think that process has kind of changed. Also, they're trying to take away the SAVE plan that he put into effect to try to halt interest rates during the time that you're paying your loan. And they put me into forbearance during that time period. I think I made 1 or 2 payments, but they definitely put me into forbearance. So yeah, I haven't been making regular payments to this account. It hasn't been going up because the interest rate hasn't been going up, but they're really trying to take away the SAVE plan or any kind of thing with, and I signed up for the SAVE plan. I was under another plan previously. Now I have to call them back and remove the SAVE plan and go to another plan that will allow me to be income-driven repayment, that will allow me to have income-driven repayment. So I have to figure out that, and I need to figure it out soon, to be honest, because I don't want to wait too long for all these changes and things. Then I have Aspire, of course. Their monthly payment is $83.90, and my interest rate is also 6.8. They have been charging me every month. Everything has been regular with them. I only owe $5,034.88 as of the 1st of February. Then we have Mohila. So I have Mohila through studenta.gov, and then I have Mohila, like the separate company. Theirs is also a mix of 6.8 and 6. And every month I pay $104.90. Okay, and something has happened with them, so I also have to call them sometime during the week. It's so hard to call them during the week. Wish they had like a weekend line. Then we have Earnest. Earnest is my private student loan. I started as, what did I start as? It wasn't Navient. No, it was Navient, and then they went to Navi Refi because it was a private student loan. And then I tried to refinance it and get it to Earnest. I was able to refinance it to 3.31%. And I pay $214.16 every month, or every 2 weeks. It's broken up into every 2 weeks. So 107.08, 107.08. And currently I owe $15,358.54. Tell me why, y'all. I played the lottery and thought I won $20,000 because I thought it was across the whole board and it was only for each board. Y'all. I was so sad at the counter, like, oh, I lost again. Yeah, so I did not win $20,000. I wish I had, because this and probably this would have been paid off, and that would have saved me almost $300 a month, which right now we need, guys. Okay? All right? I don't know how you guys feel about politics or whatever you feel in life, but all I know is this. When there's a Republican in office, you have to save your money, because more times than not, look it up. I'm not propagating, and I'm just telling facts. So at least since Teddy Roosevelt, okay, every time there's been a Republican in office, there has been a recession. So please, 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 please save your money. Save your funds. Look at those interest rates. And we got to get our finances together, y'all, just to make sure that we are in where we want to be. So now I'm going to change to the next page. Oh, wait. So now I'm going to go ahead and write down the total for the beginning of the year. Well, I guess the beginning of 2025. All right. So currently right now, for the end of 2025, I owe $90,584 in student loans. And if you have been with me since the more beginning of my journey, you know I started 100 and something thousand, and I brought it down to 90. Y'all, what can we do this year? Can you bring it down to 80? Can we pay off our earnest? Can we pay it off? Like, wouldn't that be amazing? So let's really let's think about it. Let's see. Because I would love to pay this off this year. I think that is my goal. I think that's what I really want to focus on. That would be what I really want to do for this year. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and look at our total debt. All right. So we're starting off with a lot of debt this year, to be honest. Because we have $29,200 in credit card debt because of the business, right? I mean, of course, some of this is personal, but in general, it's because of the business, or the business I'm opening. And then we have student loan debt added to that, so plus $90,584 $584 of student loans. Okay. Also, this month, I think, the first month of the year, I'm starting to track and do certain things, but I don't know if I've been doing a great job of it, but I've been trying to get organized. So I'm going to just say new year, business starting, and I've been spending a little bit because it wasn't originally that high. I think I brought it that high just spending and swiping credit cards. So altogether, our debts now would be, oh gosh, y'all, $119,784. If that's not sticker shock, I don't know what is. If that's not sticker shock, if that doesn't, like, y'all, everything you take out matters. But I'm trying to do a business, and it's, guys, because I'm trying to do this business, like, it's not like I don't have the money still in the account because it was balance transferred. I still have the money. It's just currently right now I'm trying to make sure I do what I need to start the business and do it with fidelity. So because of that, I'm trying my best, y'all. I'm trying my best. So this is big sticker shock. Of course, I'm trying to get it under 100,000. But I think by the end of the year, if I get this business going the way that I want to, and I will get more into this business later. I keep bringing up business, and I'm not saying anything. I don't want to say anything because I don't want anybody saying anything about what I plan on doing. If it doesn't work out, I just pay all the money back and life continues. If it does work out, I'm going to have way more than this and way less of this. So let's pray. Let's thank God for the opportunities that we have. And I pray that he's with me in any journey that I go into so that I can be successful and it will be fruitful. Okay. So yes. So, that is so far what we have. All right, let's get into our net worth for the month and our credit score. Because the net worth and credit score have been affected. But let's go ahead and get into both of them. So first thing I want to do is do January. $2025. Can you believe that we're in January 2025? Here's my net worth update. Okay, so my net worth is based on all of my assets minus all of my liabilities. My assets include things such as to my retirement fund, the money that's in my bank accounts, my savings in my bank accounts, and my car value, my home value. All of those are included inside of my assets. Then take away different things like my debt, my student loans, and the mortgage that we owe. So once you take one and take away the other, my current, the assets is my home value for the home. That was an asset. And then the mortgage is what I owe to the bank for my home. All right. So currently the net worth is $100,561. Y'all, I'm so excited. I'm also excited because, y'all, I think coming up with a good net worth and really building credit is so important. Y'all, if you don't know by now, okay, I'm a Black female, so I am trying my best to make sure that I am getting out of, I guess, stereotypes or things that we've known in the past. But y'all, Black females are getting wonderful degrees, higher paying jobs, and working really hard in this world. All right. And listen, it's Black History Month. So, I'm going to put out some numbers out there. It has been told or said that a lot of women, especially Black women, don't have a very high net worth. I think that is slowly changing as there's more and more women and Black women that are business owners and are taking, a bigger role in their finances, and less about spending and more about like actually accumulating wealth and keeping wealth, especially for them and their offspring, for them and their children, and for them and for their legacies, and trying to build legacies. So with all this, I'm just really happy I have this kind of net worth. But I gotta make a goal by the end of the year, y'all, because my goal last year was to make 80,000, and I started going to 100,000, and it fluctuated a little bit, but But the fact that I can still right now, I still have $100,000 net worth with owing so much debt, but remember that debt is still in my bank account because it hasn't been spent yet, as I'm still trying to figure out funding for my business. So this is all, I think this is going to be really good. But what goal should I make, y'all? I think I want my goal to be $150,000 by the end of the year. Like just a net worth, 150,000. What do you guys think? Am I too low? You think I'm too high? I think I could definitely surpass that, but I don't know by how much. So I think 150,000. You know what? By the middle of the year, maybe I might change that goal. But as of now, I think that's what I'm gonna do. 150,000 is my goal by the end of the year. Or the middle of the year, we'll see. And then my credit score, or my credit scores, right? Because I take different credit scores from different places. You got Credit Karma, and which is 726 and 747. Credit Sesame, which is 726. And we also have Experian, which was 756. So, and because of all this scamming and whatnot, last year my credit score was at 845, y'all. 820 after I did my credit card, but now it's down to 720 something. God, I can't even get a good rate with this. I can't even get a good rate to go ahead and buy another house. So my goal is definitely to pay down my debt so that so that this goes up. The credit score needs to go up. I am all for things like, saving money. I get those Dave Ramsey girlies but I don't think credit is bad. And I think it's something that you can use to utilize and help you as you're trying to build your net worth, as you're trying to build savings for yourself, as you're trying to build other things. I think whatever you do, you just need to be responsible. Like these credit score really just shows what kind of consumer you are, and how responsible you can be. And our goal is just to be a responsible financial advocate for your own life. Like that's it. Like, let's do that. All right. Let's be financial, just people that worry about being financially sustainable for your own life and just making sure you're not spending too much and you're not, suffering, because we don't want to suffer out here in these lives. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be sticking this in somewhere in my book so that I can keep it for the next month. But I truly am happy if you are watching this. Listen, y'all. It is a brand new month now. It is February, so happy Black History Month. I'm so glad there's no executive order that done cut that up and threw that away, because I was still going to celebrate anyway, because listen, my melanin's popping too much for me to keep quiet. I love celebrating love on February, Valentine's Day. I love celebrating my people and all the things that we have been able to accomplish over the many years. Y'all, when I teach my students, I go back to Africa, okay? People forget about Timbuktu and Mansa Musa, who was the richest man on the planet. All right. Richest recorded man on the planet. All right. Don't forget that. But, you know, I want to make sure that I'm also letting you guys know some things as time goes on. Y'all, not only was I scammed last year and all this other stuff happened, but I also found out that I am expecting. So I have a baby in the womb, a baby to come. So I'm going to have 2 under 2, which is very a little unexpected, but also joyous, a joyous occasion. I think I'm trying to get myself back into the routine of like eating organic, eating better. Although this baby isn't so nauseous with certain things like the last baby was. The last baby was nauseous with anything. Like I couldn't eat a bag of chips. She was like, no. But this baby is letting me eat certain things. I think this baby's gonna like junk food and like other things because I'm not really, and like spicy foods because I'm not really as nauseous as I was with the first baby. So, and this time I didn't like plan it and go through a whole like thing to have this baby, like a whole fitness and like change my routine. This time it just happened. God just happened, just like God always do. So I'm really thankful, really blessed that I'm, you know, able to have this baby. I'm able to do it naturally. I'm able to do it with my husband, and it's a blessing, okay? And, you know, but this has made it harder to record. It made me have less motivation to share what's going on because I do also want to keep things to myself. And, you know, with all this craziness in the world going on, I think it's important to keep certain things to yourself just so that you can have a sense of clarity. Like, I don't really want to hear people's comments or things unless it's positive because tis life, right? And everybody's life, and there's a lot of things going on, a lot of judgments going on, a lot of changes in policies going on, a lot of things that's even affecting my employment as a teacher and affecting my what I can do and my students. But I pray to God that, you know, we're only getting into the 2nd month of the year. I pray to God for some kind of break, y'all. I wish for great things into February. I wish for a wonderful February for everybody. God bless. Enjoy love this month. Yo, love one another. We all need to love one another. We all need to love one another and love one another no matter what we look like, what we think the other person, you know, should be doing, or how we think someone should be acting. I think it's important for us to just love one another, y'all. You know, I believe in Jesus Christ, and that's what Jesus Christ would have wanted. Jesus Christ would want us to love one another. So that's what I'm all about. I'm all about loving other people and treating others with respect and dignity. And I think this is definitely a month to celebrate that, no matter what, making sure to do that. And you know, because it don't end with Black History Month. You know, I'm going to get into what I need to next month for Women's History Month, because we had a lot of trials and tribulations as well, just being a woman. Okay, but I hope you guys have a wonderful and amazing February. Take care. God bless. And Roxy Bros out.